Good morning. It's 7:04 on this Tuesday, July 11th. Let's head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. Yes, Tuesday morning. And it's presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. We want to remind you again this morning of the second annual Free Sports Medicine Conference in Wilson County. As team physicians in Wilson County, Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital strives to create the safest environment possible for our athletes, coaches, and parents. And at this event, you will receive hands-on training that includes emergency action plans, heat injuries, concussion, head injury, AEDs, fractures and dislocations, and information on how to stop the bleeding, and much more. The faculty include sports medicine physicians who cover Wilson County High School sports, and they include Dr. Alex Diamond, Dr. Lance McClear, Dr. Patel, and others. Now, this date for this is Saturday, July 29th, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Lebanon High School, 500 Blue Devil Boulevard, right here in Lebanon. And for more information, you can check out the website at Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. And we will also remind you this morning that for our Healthy Minute, brought to you by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, being prepared for a health emergency can make all the difference in a life-threatening situation. Before an emergency strikes, create a list of friends and family members who can drive you to the hospital if needed. Keep an up-to-date medication list stored on your phone or in your wallet so clinicians can accurately provide the right care and medicine. Symptoms that indicate a health emergency include severe chest pain, signs or symptoms of stroke, major trauma such as a head injury, severe pain of any kind, and abrupt changes in mental status. When it comes to your health, it's always best to play it safe. And for more information, visit VanderbiltWilsonCountyHospital.com. Well, Justin Beasley is here this morning, Information Officer for the City of Mount Juliet. Good morning.
Good morning. I also have Tina Burris with Volunteer State Bank with us. We'd be remiss if we didn't say we missed Miss Sean Glover this morning as well. And we have our most recognizable face in Mount Juliet, our Parks Director, Rocky Lee, with us this morning. And they will be the anchor of the ship, so you can direct your questions to them.
Well, now, wait a minute. You're going too fast here.
I'll answer a couple for you.
I was told that you might have a special announcement for us today.
Really?
Yeah.
What would that consist of?
Well, it has to do with your family.
Oh, yeah, MJ. Yeah. Well, way to not bury the lead. Yeah, my wife is expecting number 2. She's due January 6th. So Lord willing, we have a healthy baby and a healthy mama. Baby might be worth a little bit more money if he's born in this year. But it would be cool to have one in the newspaper that was maybe born like on New Year's Day. So, but again, we just care about the health of mama and the baby. So thank you for asking.
All right. You did not have a Board of Commissioners meeting, or did you?
We did.
You did have one.
Yes, sir. And I'll go over just a couple of the notes. We did agree to purchase some land on Clemens Road. That will be 5.84 acres. So that's really to use for the city as far as sewer, could be parks land, could be a new fire station, etc. And then we also passed, I believe, on second reading an ordinance last night, and it'll be a 6-month pilot for food trucks. We're going to have people that are outside of the city limits, outside of City of Mount Juliet, that do not pay business tax. They're going to have to pay $100 per day if they want to park their food trucks within the city limits and also make money. So that's really to protect our brick and mortars here in Mount Juliet, and also protect those that live in Mount Juliet and have food trucks as well. So you're going to be able to get some variety there, and also protect people that live in Mount Juliet as far as their food and the variety that they bring.
And this was second reading last night.
Yes, sir.
So it's official now.
Yes, sir. The 6-month pilot. We also have to now hire somebody to have surveillance of all these food trucks. So you think about late nights and weekends when these food trucks are really set up. So we'll have a job posted probably within the next week or so to hire somebody to do that. So big things happening in Mount Juliet. But that's the biggest thing that happened last night.
Right. And we got a big celebration coming up that we need to talk about.
We do. And we're going to let Rocky and Miss Tina talk about that.
Well, Rocky,
They know
Lee,
a thing or
good
two
morning.
about it.
Good morning, Coleman. How you doing this morning,
I'm doing
buddy?
well, and it's good to see you again. And Tina,
Good morning.
good morning to you. Well, I've got a big poster here that Justin has provided, and right at the very top it says Volunteer State Bank. That's you.
Yes, sir.
Celebrate Mount Juliet, and it's July 15th, Charlie Daniels Park. July 15th. That's this Saturday, isn't it?
It is. It's, as Rocky Lee says, we're in the 11th hour.
We are in the 11th hour. And Coleman, we're expecting you to come out. I mean, if we could get Coleman Walker there, I mean, it would really be a
Yes.
celebration, right?
Star power.
I mean, that's what we're trying to do, bring the star power. I was just watching Coleman right here. This guy's done this a little bit, hasn't
The
he?
legend.
I mean, he is great at the mic. I'm telling you, I'm impressed.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I like I said before last time, I can die now, a happy man. I've done it all. I've been on the Coleman Walker show, so I think I've hit the ceiling as far as I can go. And the reason I've got the most recognizable face is I'm so ugly, as you can see. And once you get to the ugly point, everybody recognizes you. But this Saturday, guys, it's going to be, we're really excited. We're going to have a Celebrate Mount Juliet. It's going to be an annual thing. And we got several things going. It's going to be for the family. And again, we can't thank Volunteer State Bank enough. These girls have been with us. Miss Tina Burr's here and Sean Glover, who's not here. They've worked with us the last 2 years, and they're outstanding to be with for as far as sponsors. And I've got to give a little shout out too while I'm here to Brian Masney with Mount Juliet Shirtworks. I had him pressing last night and actually taking the shirts off the press to get them out so Coleman could have a shirt and MJ could have a shirt and the guys here could have one. But guys, this Saturday, we're gonna have something. Coleman, I thought you have a car, right? Don't you have some kind of nice car you can put in this? We're gonna have a cruise in.
No.
I mean, just
Smart
to come
man.
and walk a car anyway would be. But we're gonna have several things there, and this year we're trying to cruise in. Brought to you by Two Rivers Ford. Will be helping us on that, and we're looking for a couple hundred cars there. I think it's gonna be really good, classic and vintage cars. Something new we're trying, but it seems like we're getting a lot of traction on that. A lot of people really interested in that. And I think it's going to be one thing. The only thing we're praying for, guys, is keep your fingers crossed we don't get any rain. Coleman, that's where I'm coming to you. Keep the rain out.
All starting at 4 o'clock?
It all starts at 4. The cruising will start at 2. Vendors will start at 2, but at 4 to 9, we crank it up. Chief Hambrick will be sitting there, or this will be his last time with us as the role of chief of police. He's retiring in December.
Yeah.
He'll be leading us in prayer to open the thing. He'll also sing his song. I think Mount Juliet has adopted Community Strong, one of his songs.
Yes, sir.
He'll open with that. And then we've got Oliver Steele coming on from American Idol. He'll be there to do the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem. And then we open it up.
They'll also have a set a little bit later in the night, too.
Yeah, and he'll have a set about 5:30 that evening. He'll be there for a meet and greet. So it's going to be a good time. Inflatables, face painting. We got wine tasting again. We got Kool-Aid tasting. Just a little bit of everything for the family.
And all of it at Charlie Daniels Park?
Yes, sir. All of us at Charlie Daniels Park from one end to the other. You can come on out. We're going to have shuttles running this time. So the walk will be shorter because now we got the shuttles out there thanks to Two Rivers. We'll be bringing you in, driving you in. So don't worry about parking a pretty good distance away. You'll be able to catch a shuttle ride.
Well, now, did you do something like this last year?
We did.
So this is the second annual.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Last year we did celebrate MJ. It was the 50th birthday, and we took off with that. We tried it pre-COVID. COVID hit. We shut it down, but in 22 it's the 50th anniversary, so we said, hey, let's try our birthday. So we took off with that.
So from now on, unless things change, you're going to do this on an annual basis.
Yes, sir.
Celebrating Mount Juliet. This will be 51 years.
This will be 51 years.
Next year will be 52 and on down the line.
Exactly. Yes, sir. Yeah, and we're very excited about this. It's one of the biggest events. Last year we had over 10,000 people come through the gates there, and
We didn't know what to expect either.
we're a little more prepared this time. So we're
You're
looking
expecting probably at least 12 this year.
at least 12. Yeah, we're setting the bar every time. Volunteer State Bank has thrown in more money, so we're bigger and better. But
Well, I think that we should let Tina talk just a little bit about the bank and why you're doing this. And I think it's obvious why, but you can tell us.
Oh, definitely. I think if you remember last year, Sean and I are from Mount Juliet, and so this is really close to our hearts. And so just being a partner with the city of Mount Juliet and working with Rocky and his team and Justin, everybody's just done a phenomenal job. And last year it was just so fantastic, and just to look out and see everybody having a good time, and to be able to do this again, it's just incredible, you know.
Well, you have some people like Rocky who've been around for a long
Yes.
time, but you have others who've just moved in.
Yes.
And something like this to kind of bring people together, it's got to be good, I think.
It's really good, and it's all free. I mean, that's the incredible thing, that we open our doors and our hearts and our community to anyone, and it's a great event. And
Probably the only thing you're going to spend money on something to eat or drink.
right,
And really, you can get by without a drink because we've got so much free with the wine tasting and with the Kool-Aid tasting. And really, starting events this early in July, it's very hot during the day, but we have so many refreshments there. And we also have the fire truck. Kiwanis is handing out water.
Yeah.
We also have the fire truck there as well that's going to have the foam party.
and
There'll be no dehydrated people there, Lord willing.
No, I mean, Kiwanis, and thankful for them, and thankful for several of our sponsors, kind sponsors coming out like Kiwanis Club. They're always stepping up, and they'll be handing out free water to everybody there. So it's going to be a great time, Coleman.
All right, it is time for us to take a break. Our program presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to Bates Ford. Get that regular oil change, $39.95 up to 5 quarts oil, tax and disposal, $16.73 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. It is looking a little bit better over here on 40 East up by the airport, where that was really slow earlier. Lafayette Street at 4th. They're still trying to clean up that accident at the intersection in Madison. That crash is still there at Myatt Drive and Gallatin Pike. 65 starting to slow down a little bit there in Trinity Lane. 24 remains heavy westbound coming out of Rutherford County up past Sam Ridley. Again, all that traffic leaving Rutherford County towards Nashville. If you have a case of the mosquitoes you can't get rid of, these guys will get rid of them for you. Crest Pest Control. Call 601-6503. Check them out at crestpestcontrol.net. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing has experienced new leadership and a new atmosphere. Same location in the heart of Lebanon, 731 Castle Heights Court on the Castle Heights campus. Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing is providing 5-star clinical outcomes to short-term and long-term care residents. Call 615-444-4319 for a tour and to experience the new culture. Renewal happens here at Lebanon Center for Rehabilitation and Healing.
This is Mike Keith, voice of your Tennessee Titans. With 11 national tournament appearances in this past season, it's obvious that Cumberland University athletics continues to rise above expectations. Join me and Cumberland University for the launch of their Athletics Phoenix Foundation and the ribbon cutting for their football complex renovations on Thursday, July the 27th at 8:30 a.m. at Noakes Lassiter Field in Lebanon, Tennessee. Help us rise together and support transformative football facility enhancements as we impact the lives of our local community, college athletes, and future Cumberland University Phoenix. Learn more at cumberland.edu/Phoenix Foundation. Again, that's cumberland.edu/Phoenix Foundation. Cumberland University, where champions rise together.
50 years old.
Coleman and Company, thanks for joining us. The program presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Again, reminding you really quickly about the Saturday, July 28th Well, it's a primer for parents, coaches, and medical professionals about treatment of sideline emergency and sports injuries. And, of course, it's all free. And this morning, we are glad to have not only our public information officer from the City of Mount Juliet, Justin Beasley, but we have Tina Burris from Volunteer State Bank, and we have Rocky Lee, who, what's his position?
Supposedly Parks Director.
Parks Director. Yeah. Parks Director for the City of Mount Juliet. But he probably, like a lot of other people like this, he wears a number of hats.
He does.
Yes. and is a big, you can just tell he's a Mount Juliet cheerleader.
Absolutely.
I love Mount Juliet. I've been here all my life, and it's God's country. I mean, I hate taking a right and heading east. I like it in Mount Juliet. I love it. And
well, how long have you worked for the city?
I've been with the city 23 years.
How did you start?
I started at the bottom, mowing grass with the city. I don't know, just weed eating and stuff like that. I was the bottom man on the totem pole and just kind of worked my way up and dazzled them with bullcrap, and they just kept moving me up. So
you said 23 years ago, Mount Juliet was much smaller.
It was a lot smaller. I mean, there was 2-lane roads, I think, everywhere you went, a lot of gravel roads. Now you can't find a gravel road. You can't find 2 lanes anymore. I mean, it's a metropolis now.
Coleman, you know how they say with like Nick Saban and Bill Belichick, it's a shame they're just a football coach and not like leading the country. That's the same with Rocky Lee. He's a master motivator, can manipulate you in the mind a little bit, motivate you a lot. It's a shame he's just a Parks Director because he does a lot more than that. And he's a lot better than that.
Well,
but
you have probably
we're lucky to have him.
Seen a number of people come and go on the Board of Commissioners.
Oh, yeah.
Several different mayors while you've been there.
And I have. We've been through the highs and we've been through the lows with certain ones. We're blessed now. The BOC, the Board of Commissioners we have now is outstanding. 23 years, this is the best Board of Commissioners we've ever had. Kenny Martin has put together a team like no other. I mean, he has put together the best staff I've ever seen in Mount Juliet. 23 years been there, and he's a great boss. I mean, he's a great guy to work for, and he lets you do your job, and that's key. You know how that is.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, I can remember different times when you've had some what we call knockdown, drag-out sessions when the Board of Commissioners would meet, but that was several years ago. It's been pretty peaceful for a long time.
It's been very peaceful. Yeah, I mean, I think WWF got it started in Mount Juliet there at the Board of Commissioners. They took off from that and just come to our meetings and stuff. Yeah, some of them would be very interesting. I mean, it was very entertaining to watch it back in the day, but they've calmed down a lot. They now have the interest of Mount Juliet at heart. They're not self-motivated anymore.
What's the main thing you do as Parks and Recreation Director and your job?
Well, the main thing we do is we bring in events, we bring in programs, like right now, pickleball. Pickleball is taking over the world.
That's what I mean,
Lord God Almighty. It has been, we've got 10 courts. We've invested in the last 6 years. We built 10 courts for them. They're wanting more. Had a meeting the other day. We put $2 million in last year into pickleball, and they're wanting more. I mean, it is. It's one of the greatest things going, pickleball. And
well, how kind of player are you?
I try not to play. I try to stay. I'm like Switzerland. I'm on the fence. I don't want to start playing. If I do, I may put even more money in it. So, they're great people. Pickleball are
well, I think I'm going to stick with shuffleboard and cornhole.
I heard you was a cornhole champ around here.
I have been, but my game's kind of slipped here in recent times. Well, let's again. I think, Tina, we need to emphasize your bank here and its involvement, and it's part of your being here this morning and your sponsorship of this big event coming up Saturday.
Well, Volunteer State Bank, we've been in business for 46 years, and we just celebrated 46 years, so we're excited about that. We opened up in Mount Juliet 2 years ago, and again, Sean and I being from Mount Juliet, this is just a great opportunity for us to show the community that we love it, and this is what we're here to do, and to serve not only the city of Mount Juliet, but Wilson County. And just, again, working together with Rocky and Justin and Sheila and all the team of the city of Mount Juliet, it just confirms and verifies everything that we we want to do in the community.
And I take it you've been with the bank about 2 years.
I have been with the bank for about 2 years.
Since you started, you went to it when it came to Mount Juliet.
I sure did.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, I think the whole city and all of us should appreciate what you're doing here to help promote and celebrate Mount Juliet.
Coleman, I think it's important to note with them as well, not only are they great to work with, but they knew that we were having a 50th celebration. And with certain big events at the parks, we'll try to find a sponsor to attach their name to it, really to promote their business at the end of the day. But they approach the city more than we approach them. So really, it's a perfect relationship, and we hope to continue it for as long as I'm at the city of Mount Juliet.
All right. Well, Rocky, I want to get back to you here because if you joined us late, you did have a Board of Commissioners meeting last night, and you tell us again real quickly. The thing you approved had to do with vendors in the city and outside the city.
Yes, sir. And also, real quick, we bought we agreed to purchase 5.84 acres on Clemens Road. That'll be for city uses. Magnitude of things can go on there. And really, Rocky knows more about the food trucks than I do, but our commission, as a board, likes the food trucks, but they also want to protect the brick and mortar and the citizens within Mount Juliet. So if you do not pay business tax in the city of Mount Juliet, and you want to bring your food truck into the city of Mount Juliet, you're going to have to pay $100 a day for you to park that there and to make money. If you do have a business license in Mount Juliet and you have a food truck, you're a little bit more protected. Don't have to pay that $100 per time. You just have to pay an annual $100 fee. This is a pilot program for the next 6 months. We're going to have to hire somebody internally to help us kind of make sure that the honor system has its integrity. But that's where we are right now with food trucks. So exciting times. We'll see where it goes.
Well, it is. And now, Rocky, again, I think we need to kind of go over all that's going to be happening this Saturday, July 15th at the Charlie Daniels Park, starting at 4 o'clock. Celebrate Mount Juliet, 51 years.
Yeah, it's like I said, we're going to crank it up with our chief Hambrick. He will open like he did last year. We'll go through that. Then we'll have like I said, Oliver Steele will be there from 5:30. He'll go on set. And then it'll be Cherie Hefner. Cherie Hefner will be coming in. She'll be singing. And that little lady, I don't know, did you come to the 4th of July we had this year? Tuesday?
No.
Coleman, we're going to get you to participate.
He can make up for his sins this Saturday.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, we got a lot going on in Mount Juliet. And our 4th of July, I mean, just step over a minute. It was phenomenal. And I think we had some proclamations last night, right?
We did. We gave one to Tom Needham and Rufus Page, and credit to Rocky Lee for unifying the city, making it one big fireworks show. I'd be remiss if I didn't shout him out, and really bringing all those big partners, big personalities together at the table, and we had a great show.
It was a great show. I mean, an awesome show. I mean, but and another thing, I mean, Coleman, I'm going to tell you something about this little man to my left. This is my Mount Juliet media darling. I asked for this guy for years. I said, guys, I have no way to get out there to the public, let them know what I'm doing. My events were probably 200 or 300 people. Same event I'm doing now. They bring Justin on as our PIO. He starts putting out there. Now we're at tens of thousands there. This guy can reach out. He knows how to put it out. So be careful what you need and ask for with this guy, because he produces. Like I said, he's the Mount Juliet media darling. He gets everything out for us. I mean, just look how cute he is. I mean, you just want to grab him and snuggle, don't you? I mean, look at this guy. I mean, he is so cute, so lovable. He's like a little teddy bear sitting over there.
I wish my wife thought that way.
Apparently she does. You got a second child coming, right? But guys, really, this Saturday, we're going to rock it in the park in Mount Juliet. I mean, we're just so excited about this. And the inflatables for the kids, the splash pad will be going, face painting. We're going to have cakewalks. Food trucks will be there. I mean, it's going to be a little bit of everything. I mean, it's going to be 4 hours long. It's going to go by the snap of a finger. We got so much to do. You're going to feel like you don't have enough time to do it all. But
you hadn't much mentioned the Cedar Creek boys, and since Ray Justice is one of them, I think you ought to give justice to them this morning.
Well, I like the pun there. But hey, Who doesn't know Ray Justice and the Cedar Creek Boys? I mean, Ray's up there. He looks like Slash on the guitar going at it. I mean, he rocks it, and they're very good. The Cedar Creek Boys are really good. They're worth the show by themselves. And Cherie Hefner, they both could hold their own on a concert. And we've got all of those with War Hippies, which is, Scooter Brown, which the word is, he's a veteran. These guys are veterans. And they played with Charlie. They was with Charlie for a while. He fronts Charlie's band up. But apparently, I think he served with Chris Kyle from American Sniper and stuff. So he's got some lineage there. They're really good guys. We've met them. Their music is really good. And I heard
they got
a following that follows them around. Yeah. I mean, they're a very popular band, and we're excited to have them. We're excited to have everything. But the most exciting thing I'm looking forward, I came here today on bended knee, is Coleman Walker. I need you to be there, buddy. I mean, if Coleman Walker comes, I can fill the bleachers. It'll make me.
I've already got a commitment. I'm sorry.
Coleman, you are the busiest man I've ever seen in my life.
You're gonna have a great time celebrating Mount Juliet with all that you have talked about. I would only be a face in the crowd anyway, so I don't think you got anything to worry about that. I'm sorry, I can't.
I understand, but I mean, one of these years we're gonna get you down there, and we're gonna set up a cornhole board, and we're gonna show them what the champ of Wilson County does.
That's a good idea.
I like that.
Well, this has been an interesting 30 minutes this morning, and it's really nice to have you here, Rocky. I can understand why you wanted somebody like Justin to come in here and do a little promotion.
Exactly.
A little help for you, but you're quite a promoter yourself.
Well, thank you, sir.
Isn't he, Tina?
Yes, he is. And I have a little motto it's going to start from last year, but I want to say, y'all come on out.
Good job.
Well, thank you all for being with us this morning. Rocky Lee with the City of Mount Juliet, Tina Burris with the Volunteer State Bank, and of course, Justin Beasley, PIO for the City of Mount Juliet. Thank you very much. And this is all presented by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital, and that is part one of Coleman & Company. We hope you'll keep it here for more. FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Want to thank our friends at Absolute Kubota High Performance, High Horsepower. 0% financing is still a thing. Now is the best time to save on new Kubota L-Series tractors rated #1 for durability and owner experience in the U.S. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. Quite a bit of traffic volume leaving Wilson County through the Mount Juliet area right now on 40 westbound, headed towards Hermitage. There is a crash being cleared 500 block at Hickory Hills Boulevard. That's in Whites Creek. Minot Drive at Gallatin Pike, trying to recover at that intersection from an earlier collision. Still a lot of traffic on 24 through the Hickory Hollow areas. We check it out live. You got all that heavy traffic coming in from Murfreesboro. If you have a case of the mosquitoes you can't get rid of, call these guys today. Crest Pest Control, 601-6503. They're online at crestpestcontrol.net. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Welcome to Hearthside Senior Living, Lebanon's unique senior living community designed for seniors to age in place, all within a safe, comfortable, and Christian environment. Beautiful retirement homes designed for an independent lifestyle with maintenance-free living. Hearthside Senior Living also continues the excellent tradition of assisted living for those seniors who need additional services. Hearthside Senior Living, an independent retirement community and assisted living community, all on one campus in the heart of Lebanon. Call 615-443-1994 for a tour.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
Patchy fog burning off quickly this morning, otherwise sunny, high near 88. Tonight mostly clear down to 63. Slight chance of showers, thunderstorms work in for the afternoon. Sunny and a high near 91. This weather forecast is brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty. Professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. That's a look at your forecast. I'm Stormy Clausen.
We welcome you to part 2 of Coleman and Company. We're gonna have to really get with it to compete with part 1, I think. But let me welcome Sean Dozier, Executive Director of Hearthside Senior Living, who's here to talk about all they do. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman.
And we missed you last Tuesday, being the 4th of July.
Did you have a nice 4th?
Hope you had a good 4th.
Had a nice 4th, did you?
Yes,
Good.
absolutely.
Good. Well,
Everybody in the county did.
I think so. We had a good time, and we were off the 4th, and we had several people working on the 4th, of course, but we had a celebration on the 3rd, and the residents enjoyed that. We had a cookout, and they certainly enjoyed that.
Well, anything new this morning?
Well, I was thinking driving over here, I've talked to several folks over the past few days and a couple of weeks, and, one lady sold her house over in the Legardo area off 109, and she had to be out by August 15th, and she's been worried about it. Her sister came with her, and we sat outside of my office for about an hour. And, Coleman, sometimes it's very stressful when you move and when you're thinking about assisted living. And these two sisters, sisters kind of argue sometimes, and they got into a big argument in front of everybody, and they're outside my office. And I'm not moving to assisted living, and you're not making me move to assisted living. I'm moving in with you. You're not moving in with me. And so it was kind of a tense situation there for a little bit. But that's what happens sometimes. We have to sort of work it out in our minds. And finally, about 30 minutes after the blow up, the light came on in her mind, and she said, "You know what? Let's do it. I do need to be here." So it was nice to be able to walk her through that conversation and walk her through that process. And so she's going to be moving in. I talked to a lady who lives over in Academy Place yesterday, and her daughter came in to see me last week, and she's got some memory issues, so she's saying, "You know what? I need assisted living. I need help with my medication. I need help, reminding myself to take medication." And we give the medication out. So she's going to be moving over here in a couple of weeks. So it was nice to walk through that process with them. Then I talked to a lady down in our independent living. She's lived there for almost 10 years. Great lady. And she called me yesterday morning, and she said, "Sean, I think I'm ready to move to assisted living." She said, the independent living homes have been great. My 3-bedroom home has been great, but she has a medical issue, and she says, "You know what, I think it's time. So when a large room becomes available, make sure you call me." So I'll call her when a large room becomes available. And then a local family, been here a long, long time. For the last several weeks, we've been working with them. They're moving a relative from California, and it's been nice to work with them. So I tell you all that to say, you're not alone when you're thinking about making a transition, whether it's assisted living or whether it's independent living, or maybe you need nursing home care. You're not alone. There's a lot of people in our community going through it, and it's just nice to be able to walk through those transitions with people. And even when it's stressful, even when people blow up and have to blow off some steam, and sometimes that's the process. You kind of have to get angry first. Maybe there's guilt, maybe there's anger, maybe there's regret, maybe there's sadness that you're having to move. But once they do it, once they come to the decision, it really does pay off in the long run. Because I tell people, you get to live. It's assisted living. You get to live for that season of your life in a safe, comfortable, and we like to say Christian environment. So while we have to watch the budget, we have to think of things to do with activities, we have to deal with staff. That's what I do most of the time. Really, the best part of the job is to be able to walk through these times with people and just to be in their lives. And Hearthside has been a blessing to so many people over the years, and it's just neat to be a part of it.
Sean, this has got to be one of the best commercials you've ever done this morning.
Wow.
I think you have done a great job describing the whole scenario.
Well, thank you. Can I go?
Not before our Hearthside LO, but we remind everybody.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
You're located here in the county center of town.
We are 215 North Castle Heights Avenue, 615-443-1994. I tell people just stop by and see us. We'll be glad to talk to you. You can call me, email me, and we do have a small waiting list for the assisted living. Of course, our waiting list for the independent living is out the door, but it's just a wonderful place, and it's an honor to serve there.
Well, I can't help but think people really appreciate you and what you are doing, the team that you have there, and the care that people receive. And it just shows when you come here each Tuesday. I mean, it's a job for you in one way, but it's a commitment, and it's part of what you are.
Thank you.
Well,
I appreciate you saying that.
Heartside hello.
Well, the Heartside hello today goes to Gaylyn Wilson. Today is Give 65. She's of course with Wilson Rides, and if you give to nonprofits, today is the day to give to nonprofits. If you give between 8 and I think 10 o'clock or 8 and noon today, it almost doubles the amount. So if you're a giving person, Give 65 is a great day to give, and I'm going to be giving to Wilson Rides this morning at 8 o'clock. So I just wanted to give a shout out to all those folks the volunteers, the staff at Wilson Rides.
Well, all right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coleman. I appreciate you saying that, and have a great week.
See you next time.
Thanks, bye.
All right. Sean Dozier, again, Executive Director, Hearthside Senior Living, 215 Castle Heights Avenue North. We are about 21 and a half before the hour, and Brian Hutto is with us this morning. Mr. Hutto is the Director of Schools for the Lebanon Special School District. Good morning.
Morning, Coleman. Hey, I'm with you. Mr. Dozier did a great job, and what an asset Hearthside is to our community. So, yeah, that was good. I was glad to be a part of that, or at least get to listen. So, yeah, good way to start.
All right. Well, we're glad to see you, and of course, it's in the middle of the good old summertime. But as you look at that calendar, and today's the 11th of July, and August the 1st will be here just around the corner almost.
You're exactly right. And I was thinking on the way over, the summertime for us, it's always busy. There's not a downtime. But yesterday, really, the office was humming. The instructional team was meeting to prepare. Finance is in the middle of getting budget ready, and it's just HR's onboarding new individuals. So it's we're firing on all cylinders, I like to think, and we're excited. Really excited.
Are you where you need to be at this time as you think of next school year?
We are. So want to welcome back our principals start back today. Our principals in our front office, we do that. It's intentionally, it's part of their contract, but also we opened up registration for returning students yesterday. That'll be open it's currently open through the 21st, and that's online, lssd.org, and they'll click on Skyward Family Access. Now, some people get tripped up on that. I would be one of those. So if you have any issues, questions, concerns, not sure how to work it, just call your child's school. Secretaries we've got a phenomenal group. So we're excited about that. So are we where we need to be at this time of year? I think so. We're going to onboard our first group of new employees this morning. We've got a session today. We'll have a session Thursday. So it's good.
Are are you in need of employees at this point?
That's a great segue. I've got a little Post-it here, Coleman. You're on it today. I think it's because you got that sharp shirt on. They can't see it on the radio, but Coleman's got on the floral wave. It's very tropical. You're in your summer motif.
Well,
it looks sharp.
It's cool.
Hey, I like it. So vacancies, we do have a couple of teaching spots. We really work to have all of those ironed out before school finished. And as it happens, you'll have spouses that move, various things will happen. So we do have a few that have opened up, not many, and we hope to have those ironed out this week. But I will say, we have several educational spots. You can attest to that. Your wife did that for years. It's a great service to our school, to our students. So if that's something you're interested in, want to ask questions, please just call. It's a good, and of course we'll always take bus drivers. We're in pretty good shape, but we could use a few more. So if you want to drive a big yellow bus, work, before or after school, it's a good setup as well.
How flexible are you there, just out of curiosity? If somebody maybe wanted to work mornings, not afternoons, or vice versa, is that possible?
At this point, Coleman, you can see employment and the things we used to say, well, I don't know if we want to do that. I'd say most everything's on the table at this point. If you're a good individual that's here to take care of kids and serve, we'll work it out for you.
And show up on time and do the little things that you're supposed to do, I suppose.
That would be great. And we have some folks that have flexible schedules. One thing, if you do want that, substitute teaching, that's a great avenue as well. We have a lot of folks that do that just because they like that schedule, the ability to come and go and still be invested.
Is there you have a certain amount of education level that you have achieved to be a substitute teacher?
So a high school graduate is the minimum. But what it works out for us is the more education you have, the higher your pay rate will run. So I don't want to tell you the amount that it starts because all of those are shifting at the moment.
Yeah.
But your degrees, your experience, we pay.
With just a high school diploma, you could possibly be a substitute.
There's an assessment piece to it as well, and then of course Staff EZ is our substitute staffing, and I'm sure you're familiar with them. They work in. They have some orientation, and so we won't. I don't want to sound like we'll just let anybody in, but we want to make sure they're qualified and they pass all the necessary tasks.
Well, of course, a lot goes on behind the scenes. I doubt any of us, if we haven't almost walked in your shoes or in a teacher's shoes or whatever, can imagine how much it takes to get ready for school to start.
It's so in this role, I've been in it a year, and it's an interesting perspective. From a building administrator, you have all your tasks, the things you need to do, and from this, it really is behind the scenes. It's making sure, in June, we do budget amendments, and that's where we basically reconcile the books. And so that's a pretty involved process. Pam Jones, Brenda Baird, Heather Landers, Kim Tram, all of our finance, HR, they're nonstop getting that part finished. It's one of the reasons our board meetings, and June and July, they don't fall on that typical schedule. We need them to be a little late or have a little flexibility so that we can get all of those accounted for. But June's budget amendments, staffing. July, we're going to get ready. We've got a board meeting Thursday evening. We're going to propose a budget. Really excited. Our board is of course very proactive. They're involved. Looking forward to presenting a budget that takes care of our teachers, takes care of our students, our facilities. Next time around, we'll have some good news to share as far as that goes.
And as far as how many schools are in your district?
7. We have 7 schools.
You've got 5 elementary?
Yes, sir.
And 2 middle schools.
2 middle schools. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, I think I could even name them.
You could name them. You could name them.
But no high schools.
No high schools.
But that's the Lebanon Special School District. Of course, Brian Hutto is the director and is with us this morning. And time for us to take a break. This is Coleman and Company, FM 98.9.
And let's see what's happening on the roadways. Thanks to our friends at Bates Ford. Low price tire guarantee on all tires every day up to 30 days after the sale. There'll be any competitors' pricings on the tires they sell. 1673 West Main. Now at traffic, here's Chuck.
Good morning. EMS and fire still on the scene of this wreck at Lafayette Street at 4th Avenue. It's still a bit crowded right now on 24 coming in from Rutherford County, passing Hickory Hollow Parkway, Bell Road on 24 going westbound. It's starting to slow down sometimes on 65 South here at Trinity Lane. Heavy but moving in from the Mount Juliet area, headed towards Hermitage on I-40 going westbound. If you have mosquitoes, you can't get rid of them, call Crest Pest Control. They'll take care of it for you. Call today, 601-6503. They're online, crestpestcontrol.net. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
This is Mike Keith, voice of your Tennessee Titans. With 11 national tournament appearances in this past season, it's obvious that Cumberland University athletics continues to rise above expectations. Join me and Cumberland University for the launch of their Athletics Phoenix Foundation and the ribbon cutting for their football complex renovations on Thursday, July the 27th at 8:30 a.m. at Noakes Lassiter Field in Lebanon, Tennessee. Help us rise together and support transformative football facility enhancements as we impact the lives of our local community, college athletes, and future Cumberland University Phoenix. Learn more at cumberland.edu/Phoenix Foundation. Again, that's cumberland.edu/Phoenix Foundation. Cumberland University, where champions rise together.
And now, a moment of silence to remember our dear friend.
Sorry. Oh, man. Life can be uncomfortable. Your home doesn't have to be. With a wide range of air conditioners, furnaces, and heat pumps, Rheem makes it easy to feel comfortable, even when you can't be comfortable. Jeez.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Where a patient starts their cancer care matters. And here, that means Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center, Wilson County. It's Vanderbilt level care without making the drive to Nashville. From screening to diagnosis to treatment and recovery, patients can get all the care they need right here close to home. So now, having the best care team and most advanced treatment is closer than ever. Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center, making cancer care personal.
Saturday, July 15th at 10 a.m., Mike Walker Realty and Auction presents the absolute auction of an all-brick ranch-style home in Lebanon, located at 241 West End Heights. The home has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, a large backyard, and 2-car garage. It includes a sunroom, office, den, hardwood floors, a gas-burning fireplace, and a formal dining area. For details, visit MikeWalkerAuctions.com. We continue here on this Tuesday morning. Brian, you and the other people who are my regulars, I really appreciate it. I don't say this probably as often as I should, but I've got some wonderful people, including you, who are regulars. You have a specific day of the month that you usually come, and I don't like to interrupt that if I can help it. Keep the continuity as much as possible, but it means so much to know that you're going to be here, and I don't have every week to look for 10 different guests every week, because some of them are my regulars, and I just know they're going to be here. But of course, we're talking about the Lebanon Special School District, and summers are shorter than they used to be.
Summers are shorter, and Coleman, just to piggyback off what you were saying, I look forward to this chance to get to talk. You've got an audience that's wide ranging and devoted. I'll leave here and I'll get text, hey, thanks for doing that, or a great shout out, or more questions, which is a really good thing. So we appreciate this opportunity. But like you said, summer is shorter. Again, we're welcoming our principals and front office back today. I want to say hey to all of them. Just a reminder on your registration, if you have questions, be sure to give them a call. But we a couple other shout outs, or actually updates. We got community food giveaway. Our Family Resource Center partners with that, and that is at the fairgrounds. It's Saturday, 8 until it's gone. So folks that are interested in that. Also our Neon, we do summer meals. We've got a couple buses. We've got a book bus. That's Beth Petty, Angie, and the whole cafeteria food services. I don't want to leave anybody out. I need to not use names because there's a crew involved with that, but they're wrapping that up. It may have just finished, but really excited to see the numbers that come out on all the meals that were served and books that were read. So it's busy, but it's all really good things.
Feed them and let them read.
That's right. That's right. Full belly, full brain. What's better than that?
But to be encouraged to read like that, and I've always appreciated this books from birth thing that Dolly Parton helped get started. But if you can't read, you're just lost anymore.
You are lost, and that's and we see that nationally. We see it from the state level. As a district, that's always been a foundational item. Is students reading on grade level? It opens a world to them that they can do anything and all the things that they want to do. So really proud. That's one of the initiatives our teachers have always grabbed a hold of. And you walk into a kindergarten classroom, it looks vastly different in a good way. And nothing wrong with how we went to kindergarten, but you'd be amazed at the things they're able to do. And it's just good people.
Well, computers have changed a lot too.
Computers?
And I'm amazed sometimes at what my grandchildren can do for me with a telephone or an iPad or a desktop.
That's exactly right. It's an environment or I don't know, a medium that they're really good at from an early age. They adapt to it, and we don't want a computer to replace rock solid instruction. It never will. It just can't. But we like to use it as a tool. It's a great asset for especially individualized pieces. So if a student is struggling on particular reading skills, then there's a program that we can let them do extra practice on. We don't want to provide instruction because it's hard to ask a question of a computer. When you need an adult sitting in front of you, making corrections or pumping you up, and they do a good job with that.
But they somehow, I guess, because of the newness, it's something they can adapt to, seem to readily. I mean, just so many just jump at it and are able to. Maybe it's their youth. I don't know, but
it's being inquisitive. It's being inquisitive. It's the functionality and computer programmers and those that design those things. They're geniuses, and they make a format that's easily accessible. So it's a good tool for us.
What else do we need to talk about this morning?
Sure. Hey, we're kind of on that shout out theme. I want to continue another one. So part of our budget, and I indicated we want to take care of our staff. One of the things we want to do, we want teachers to be able to teach. And following COVID, and I hate to use that word because we don't want to talk about it anymore, but following, kids came back, and adults as well, with additional needs. So those days of us just walking in and teaching, we've got emotional needs, we've got family needs, we've got a host of things that we want to be able to support our teachers. We want them to go in, we want them to be able to teach, have an enjoyable experience. And so to support that, guidance counselors, I can't brag enough about our guidance counselors and the day in, day out tasks that they do. So we wanted to add to that. So we're adding guidance counselors to our middle schools. We're going to have a couple of floating additional guidance counselors to support our elementary schools. Got Lipscomb University, biggest grant they've ever received, is providing the training, the education to qualified applicants for free. So what happened is we partnered with 5 other school systems. Our teachers applied, and we selected. We got to select up to 5. And so we're going to send them to school to get further education. It doesn't cost them a dime. They get to do it during the school day. So the goal would be we send this crew through. We have positions available or to work for our district, but that would be best case scenario. And if not, they'll land a spot somewhere else. But we're excited about that. And really kudos to Lipscomb University for seeking that opportunity. And Becky Kegley, she sort of spearheaded that on our behavior support side. So we're thrilled about that.
Well, that's good. That's good to hear. You do have to kind of change with the times, adapt to everything changes over a period of time, and you have to be there with the change, or you're really falling behind.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head, Coleman. There's things, we'll make that phrase, back in the good old days, we would do it this way. And I always kid around, back in the good old days, we had outhouses and we didn't have electric, so there were good things. We did have electricity
when I started to school, but it was a bulb hanging down. We didn't have fluorescent lights. And yes, you're right about the outhouses.
There were good things. And I think that's the goal. We need to take all of the good things, the community relationships, the things we valued, and we carry those forward. But we also have to adapt because there are just different influences, and if we ignore them, we're doing them a disservice. So we just need to adapt. We need to take it in stride, and if it's an issue, we need to figure out a plan and work through it. And a district our size, we're just able to do that. We have an investment, so that helps.
Well, by the way, how much are you growing? Your enrollment going to be somewhat bigger this year?
We anticipate we'll have some growth. We say, I was talking to Billy out there. I said, I hope it slows down a little, and he kind of chuckled. We both know it won't. But we ended school year right around 4,300 students. So we'll look, that's one of the interesting things. We have lots of families moving in. We want to know how many have school-age children. And so we'll be keeping really close eyes on that. Another shout out to our board. We always include additional teaching positions in this budget. So if we hit a mark early on in registration, we can add positions. We want to make sure we keep our building staffs and our classes small.
Well, I'm sure that you and Mr. Luttrell and others, board members, are very familiar with the local geography and the changing landscape and all the building that's going on.
That's exactly right. Billy and I were just talking. I mean, it seems like it's overnight. You'll see a development or an apartment, and we can't blame them. We live in a great place. So we want to keep up with that, and we're just really excited to get a new school year started.
But growth is part of it, and one of the things I think we have to really be appreciative of, congratulate the Special School District on staying ahead of the curve, really. When you've, I remember when the new school was out there on the Coles Ferry at Hartman Drive, that I think when you first started planning for it, probably this is before you became director, but I think that they weren't anticipating maybe building it as soon as they did, but with the growth anticipated, they went ahead with it, but they were prepared, and
correct.
That's a good thing.
And that's those scenarios. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Circumstances, catastrophic events. I mean, things will happen that will catch you. But if at all possible, you want to stay ahead. Rule of thumb is you want to stay a building ahead. So if something were to happen, you had a place to house. So that's why we were able to purchase property this school year on Leeville Pike. That will be a future build. We don't have a date because we definitely don't want to be too far ahead. You don't want a building that can't hold capacity, but we're getting all of our ducks in a row to be ready for that.
Right, and the thing about that too, being looking ahead in that way, if you're in a stressful, I mean, if you're under the gun to purchase some land, you're probably going to have to pay more for it because you want it right now. If you're planning ahead and you can save some money that way, and
you can save some money that way. You can also do, anything that's rushed is probably not going to be your best endeavor. So doing it this way, we're able to take the steps, and we want to be good stewards of our funds. I mean, we taxpayer funds. We want to make sure we use those dollars appropriately.
Brian, we're ready for our last minute here. So if you can wrap things up here in our last minute, appreciate you being here.
Sure. Last minute. We're excited. We got a board meeting. We're going to propose a budget. Really excited to take care of our students, families, and staff. And then registration, it is open, lssd.org. If you have any questions, call your child's school. If you're not sure about that, they've got an address lookup function. Otherwise, just call central office and we'll take care of them.
Well, let's see. When you come back, it will be in August, and I guess school will already have
We'll have started school. We'll be able to give you an enrollment update. We'll have some data to talk about. We'll have lots of good things to talk about. Look forward to it.
Well, we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And I want to thank everybody in our audience for joining us. If all goes well, we'll do it again tomorrow, and hope you'll join us at that time. And until tomorrow, I wish you a terrific day.